Oh my. Mobile Gamer got crazy excuses, over 2,000 subs after their video. I think it's time that I get an apprentice of my own. But who is worthy to be my apprentice? All right, that's enough. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in today. As you see, we got someone new on the show. We got CubsFanHan. Say hi to everyone. Say hi to your mom, Cubs fan.
What is up? Hey, Mom, I'm on TV.
Woo! Yeah, so if you guys haven't known, this guy he's a budding YouTuber. He makes great content. I saw some of his videos before. He was at 1,000 subscribers, and I told him, man, you're gonna get up there with all of us, and he's making great stuff. So guys, if you haven't done so already, if you want some great Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content, if you're tired of my old ugly mug here, click on the subscribe button. Mobile Gamer got 2,000 subs for crazy excuses. I need you guys to get CubsFanHan 4,000 additional subs. Do you think they can do it, Cubs fan?
I think they can.
All right, we got hope in you, so be sure to like and subscribe to his channel. But today, the big topic is Kylo Ren Unmasked. What'd you think of him when we got the notes yesterday?
He looks sweet, and he's got some elements of his kit that I think are really unique, especially I think the ability, I don't know about you, but the ability that seemed to have the most pop to me was that halt ability, which has stun for 2 turns, which we've only seen, to my knowledge, we've only seen that with Palpatine when a shocked enemy gets stunned. And it's unresistible,
unavoidable.
You cannot evade it. It's like Fracture in that way, other than it can be cleansed. But that to me was what stood out. I don't know what you think, but I love that.
I'm hoping he's good. Today what we're going to try doing, the events, by the time this video comes out, you guys may have already seen the events for the First Order characters, but a lot of people are wondering, can I use this character at 4 stars? That's what you can unlock him at. Is he good enough at 4 stars? He seems like the dark side version of General Kenobi. We're going to test that out today. As you know, I could get him to gear 12, but if you're not at 7 stars, you can't get gear 12, and if he's not good in the top 100 against all these gear 12 teams, I'm not sure. That's kind of the big test. We have a lot of options out there, and General Kenobi is the best tank out there. I don't know if he's going to be the direct replacement. We're going to find out. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into Arena. We're going to take 2 meta teams and put Kylo Ren in there. Can he replace Kenobi? No Kenobis on either of these teams. I know it's a really risky move. Kenobi's been out. It's hard to believe. He's been out for over a year now. I got to showcase him at an EA event back in last October. He's been out for a year. His kit has been virtually untouched besides gear 12. And he's been a gem to this day. If you don't have Kenobi in the top 100, it usually makes or breaks you. So I'm kind of curious. So you're going up against me right now. So how's it going so far?
Ooh, it's good. I just hit halt on General Kenobi. So Kenobi is fractured and halted right now, which is sweet. And then I'm getting fractured by Thrawn on my Kylo Ren. So that's kind of a catch to this because he's that pre-taunter.
Yeah.
He gets fractured and I don't get to use him as much, but hopefully I can expire that and see some more of his kit. It's kind of hard to see what he can do.
Buff immunity and fracture, goodness, they are going to be 2 huge counters. I mean, and we have buff immunity from Commander Luke Skywalker, and Commander Luke's on almost on every top 100 team, and even beyond the top 100. And a lot of people have a 5, 6, or 7 star Thrawn, and fracture can just shut down Kylo Ren here. Now, if it was kind of like Old Ben, where a second taunt can pop up, that would improve things a lot more. Or perhaps halt. I love halt, don't get me wrong. Halt is definitely one of the coolest abilities I've seen on this character. Being able to stun, it's unresistible, unavoidable. But I feel like if it had something else, like maybe at least buff immunity, it would be a lot more useful. But I don't know. I mean, that's the problem. Once Kylo Ren is he's fractured, it's kind of like game over. I'm not sure if he got out of fracture, but did he get out yet or no?
He's out, and he's actually, let's see, he's on cooldown, so he's just doing his basic a few times here. And that's another thing about him so far that kind of a catch that I'm observing is his basic hits like a wet noodle. I mean, honestly, it's almost the same as Zeta Barris.
It kind of is. It's kind of sad. And Barris,
I feel like that's insulting.
It is kind of insulting. I mean, luckily his third ability, we'll find out, it does a lot more damage, but if I only got like 18,000 on a critical hit against the stunned enemy, and I feel like that's best case scenario with 5 mods here. And the big problem you need to address, because one of the big things for deciding to use Kenobi versus this Kylo Ren here is that there's a health and protection difference. Oh, what happened?
I just got annihilated. I can't see my screen right now, but I got annihilated. Kylo Ren's out of the battle, and I've got Barris stealth. I have an annihilate ready, but I can't even hit her.
Jeez, yeah, that's... yeah, it's hard. I mean, you got annihilated in that situation, but for non-nihilist situations, there's a huge health difference between Kenobi and Kylo Ren here. Obviously, we're using a Gear 11 Kylo Ren here, but even when you have a Gear 12 Kylo Ren Unmasked versus the General Kenobi, Kenobi has 44,000 protection before mods. You can get that up to 90,000 if you really tried. And Kylo Ren's at instead of that, he's at actually hold up. Yeah, he's at 36,000. So there's a 8,000 protection difference right there. That does make a huge difference.
Yeah, and I've got mine up here at 40,000 protection, and that's maybe the Gear 12 will make a big enough jump.
Gear 12. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the stats, but yeah, the Gear 12 difference makes it's a huge deal because at Gear 11 you're at 27,000. At Gear 12 you get almost an additional 10,000. He's at 36,000 protection. So, but in order to get to that Gear 12, you got to spend the money and give him the 7 stars right now. That's the big problem.
Yeah, I'm hitting auto now. So, I mean, ultimately, I'm able to win this battle, but I really don't feel like Kylo Ren made much of a difference. I'd like to find another way to utilize Halt, because kind of what happened is I got to use Halt. That was nice. It felt cool. But then I got fractured, and then I got annihilated, and I mean, I feel like Kenobi would have made that battle a bit better. But something to consider with Kenobi is he doesn't technically pre-taunt, but he kind of does, because most of the teams you face are going to be running Han Solo. And what are the chances of him getting a critical hit?
And the pre-taunt doesn't even mean anything against Han Solo. I mean, Han Solo could go right around Kylo Ren. So essentially, Kenobi and Kylo Ren, they're kind of starting off on the same foot, unless of course the enemy team does not have Han Solo. Then that's when the pre-taunt makes a difference. But at the beginning, Han doesn't care if you have 5 pre-taunters. He can pick whoever the heck he wants to attack. Alright, so instead what we're going to do this time is I'm just going to go up against CubsFanHan's team on defense, so we can kind of get a sense for how Kylo's AI is in this team here. So, alright, so we're going to get started. Honestly, I think you probably would have done better if we perhaps got, instead of Nihilus, maybe just kept your Han Solo in there. Sometimes he makes a difference. I know Barris would give you a struggle, but once you got that critical hit immunity, things should go a lot easier. So, alright, what we're going to do is start off here. Let's just give, you know what, let's just fracture Kylo. And he's done. He's not going to do much until Thrawn takes him out of timeout. Yeah, we're going to try, when I take out my team, we're going to put Kylo in Kenobi's spot, because this team, really only Kenobi and Barris are benefiting from the leadership bonus from General Kenobi. Besides that, no one else is really benefiting all that much. And see, since you don't have Kenobi, I'm able to get all these critical hits, and there's nothing you can do about it, because you don't have a General Kenobi stepping in and helping out at all. So there's a lot of downsides with using this Kylo Ren. Even at 7 stars, Gear 12, I'm not sure. I want him to be good. Like, I want him to be a replacement for General Kenobi. Yeah, everyone asks. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get this question. It's like, okay, that's cool, this team works, but I need someone else than General Kenobi as on my team, because I don't have him. More people are getting him over time, but it's not something you can get in a month. It takes about maybe 2-3 months, depending on your guild, to or even more, to get a 5-star Kenobi. Because really, when someone asks what's the best option for a 7-star Kenobi, I usually say 5-star Kenobi. It's just like, I feel like this Kylo Ren is not making too much of a difference for me.
There's like almost no difference between a 5-star and a 7-star Kenobi.
No, I mean, yes, obviously there's a little difference, but it's not like,
it's a bit, but in terms of, I think there's going to be a bigger difference between Kylo and Kenobi.
Yeah, Kylo, I think he's going to need. Yeah, I've kind of come to that conclusion that if you're someone that's in the top 100, like I'm usually kind of, I'm using my Empire team, so I honestly don't really care too much about top 10 anymore. I'm just enjoying my Empire team. Which, by the way, we're gonna make separate videos eventually. CubsFan wants to do a first order video of Kylo Ren and the new Special Forces TIE pilot. I'm really interested to see that. So again, make sure you subscribe so you can watch that video. And I'm gonna test out Kylo in my Empire team. I'm gonna put him in place of Stormtrooper and see if he makes a difference, because I think in that type of team with a Stormtrooper, I think taking out Stormtrooper and putting in Kylo, you have 2 pre-taunters now, and I think Kylo does a lot more. I mean, the only benefit that Stormtrooper has is when someone hits him, especially when there's an AoE or a bunch of counterattacks, he's removing turn meter from the enemy. There we go, bada bing, bada boom. Your team is done. So again, yeah, we're gonna try out those separate videos later. Empire on my side, and then he'll do a first order on a video on some other time. But I was able to beat you there. So what we're gonna do is it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna take out General Kenobi. It makes it's hard to think about that, but I'm gonna take out General Kenobi, put in Kylo Ren as leader, and we're gonna see if we can beat any teams here. All right, so we're gonna get in here, and instead of a General Kenobi leadership, we're gonna put Kylo Ren in there. We're gonna explain it, but essentially, he's the only one benefiting from this leader. Pretty much, he gets additional critical damage, he gets additional speed, and he gets Terminator on a critical hit. And then anytime he or even any sort of first order allies, they get any sort of status effect, they recover 5% health and 5% protection. So he's the only one benefiting from this.
I mean, right now, if you look at Kylo, he's not going to be getting your retribution up. Yeah. He's not going to be giving Barriss that mass assist when she heals.
Yeah, like I was just about to say that. I want to do a mass
assist of his own.
Yeah, I want to do a mass assist from Barriss, so, but not going to get it. So I have to use the basic. So, all right, so we're going to...
Not to mention that Kylo Ren hits like a wet noodle.
Yeah, that's the problem. His basic, I mean, I get he's a tank, but I don't know. Yeah, I get he's a tank and all that, but I do like this. It's just the coolest thing to watch. We're going to halt. We're going to stop. Oh, wait, no. Let's stop Kenobi because he's going to cleanse that in a second. There we go. We halted Kenobi. Let's fracture Kenobi now. I might win. I feel like I might have a fighting chance because the reason why I'm thinking this is interesting is because okay, so Kylo's he's gonna be able to that Raid Han just flew through all that health right there, so we're gonna need to do a heal.
And this is a tank.
Yeah, it's a tank. Gear. I mean, maybe at one point we've kind of forgot how it was when everyone was just using Gear 11 characters. So maybe back then that would make a difference. But once everyone's got Gear 12, you got all this damage, you got a lot more protection to churn through, a lot more health to churn through. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be rough. I mean, but the fact that Kylo takes reduced damage percentage on those health effects and Barriss's heal, I thought it might make a difference to watch. So Han is stunned. We're going to go ahead and use Focused Rage, and we should do 7,000 damage. Okay, so it wasn't that impressive.
And that's double damage.
That's double damage. On a stunned enemy, he does double damage.
Now, he'll probably gain DPS at 7 stars, but still, we want to run him at 4 stars. Looks like it's... I don't know if he's going to gain that much at 7 stars if he's hitting
the best I got was 18,000 on a critical hit against a stunned enemy. So, I mean, I feel like if I do win right now, it's going to be the same reason as before because of the fact that we have Barriss and Nihilus on that team. All right, so we're going to stun. I just love that stun. It's the fact that it's unresistible, unavoidable. It makes a huge, and it removes buffs. So if there's a taunter, it's great.
It's the best part of his kit. I think everything else is all right. But halt is the sexy part of this kit.
It's
everything else just doesn't. I don't know. In practice, it doesn't seem to be working as well as we want it to, and we want this to work.
I do, yes. I like when I first saw this. I'm like, this sounds kind of like a Kenobi tank.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the dark side. I think it's gonna be one of the better tanks out here. All right, let's see if we can.
See, look at this. You've got full protection on almost everybody. Han's about halfway. We're 2 minutes and 26 seconds left in this battle.
Yeah, I probably could have placed a little bit better, but I'm trying to avoid hitting Han Solo when I'm not under stealth. Here we go. We got a stealth. Kylo's gonna stick out there. I mean, it's working. I mean, luckily, yes, it's Barriss that's really saving the day for Kylo.
Barriss is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Can we get a stun? Ah, no stun. That's fine. Let's see. We get rid of that. So, I don't know. So initial impressions so far, is a 4-star Kenobi going to be our replacement? 4-star Kylo Ren. Is he going to be a replacement for General Kenobi?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think he's going to work. If you really want to do it, if you love Kylo Ren without his mask and you like this new halt move and all of that and you want to do it at 4 stars, I think you can get away with it. I mean, we're still winning these battles, but I don't know about you. I feel like we're winning them in spite of Kylo Ren. I don't feel like he is influencing the outcome hardly at all. If anything,
like, there we go. That was nice. Look, I got 2 counterattacks. I got a tenacity down. I mean, that was nice. That was a good move on Kylo's part. But I feel like I could really use those 2 additional mass assists from Barriss and Kenobi. But all right, there we go. Yeah, but it's okay. I probably put this on auto because I'm running out of time right now. Hopefully Nihilus gets an annihilating her. So yeah, Kylo, he might bite the dust soon. I'm a bit worried about this. So he might bite the dust soon. Man, like, I really want this to work out. Like, there might be other ways to work out. Maybe a full First Order team, but I feel like the First Order is still missing a couple of things before they're just totally ready to be a meta team. But maybe
it just needs more DPS. Yeah, it needs more DPS.
Yeah, it's probably.
And right now, it's taking too long, and I think that the General Kenobi Barriss teams, they don't have much DPS, but because of all of those mass assists, because of that retribution, you're going to have a lot more opportunity to blow through these characters. And right now, without that, I think we're seeing how big of a difference it makes because you're pushing 30 seconds left in this battle. I think you might draw on auto.
Yeah, it's probably going to draw. Yeah, I might probably get, let's see, come on, can we get Han Solo out of here? Come on. All right, so
Come on.
I feel like
Not quite.
It was kind of there. Maybe I messed up somewhere, but we kind of came down to almost just Thrawn. So this would have been a win probably if maybe things are a bit better. But I just feel like, yeah, Kenobi, all those extra cleanses, all the mass assists, would have made a big difference, especially for Nihilus, because you can call Nihilus to assist and strip off a buff. And that already reduces his cooldown on Drain Force by an extra turn. So that right there makes a big difference. There's a lot that you have to consider with that. So we're going to do one more battle. I'm going to leave my team in. You go up against me. I want to see how fast you can beat my team. So go ahead, plug in your team, and let's see what's going to happen here.
All right, let's go into this battle. I'm going to go in, and I am going to just hit auto.
Okay.
And I'm going to let this select go off, and we're just going to watch and kind of see what happens here. Yeah, so General Kenobi's getting fractured right away because, like I said, he is basically an auto taunter when you've got Han on the other side, except for you don't have Han. So even without Han, he was getting fractured right away. They're kind of blowing through it. The only thing I'm thinking about on this team, though, on auto, is because we have General Kenobi, or because we got Barriss, I should say, on it, we may... Oh, Nihilus is taken out already, and Barriss is already low. She just healed, so yeah, this is happening quick. And on auto, because the AI doesn't know to go for Barriss, I feel like it's a bit more risky to try on auto, but in this case... I don't know.
See, the big thing that makes... I like to call it the General Barriss team. The reason that General Barriss teams are so good because Kenobi's leadership, it gives Jedi an extra 30% health and extra 70% defense, which means it's going to take forever to get Barriss and Kenobi down. Versus for a Kylo-led team in place of Kenobi, yeah, he's getting additional critical damage and speed, but he needs extra health and protection. That's what he needs. Or, I mean, the damage does help out, but he's not going to be the one to put out the
Barriss
damage.
is gone.
Jeez. Once you can take out Barriss on auto, it shows how I feel like you won't be able. Wow.
3:46 left on the clock. That was fast.
Like I know for sure. I don't think you would not have been able to auto a General Barriss team that easily. No, that 30% health. I mean, just 30% health to 70% defense. It makes a huge difference for this team. So okay, so let's wrap up our thoughts here. I think it's a really interesting dark side character. Now that I've used him at gear 11, keep in mind 4-star gear 11. Definitely a difference between that and a 7-star gear 12 character. I think we both are on the same page about, is a 4-star gear 11 Kylo going to replace Kenobi? What do you think the answer is?
No, he's not. He can go there because you want him to, and you can probably make it work on offense, but get him out of there on defense because we're going to auto you in about 2 minutes.
Now, this is a harder question. Will 7-star gear 12 make the difference? If you love Kylo Ren, you want to spend that money, you think he's the best thing since sliced bread, you think that 7-star gear 12 is going to make a difference?
It fills all the weaknesses, I think. I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference, but it does address my concerns with him. Number one, when you add the stars on him, you're going to improve his DPS. And number two, when you add the stars on him, you're going to be able to add more gear on him and take him to gear 12, which you can't do until you're at 7 stars. And then you can add more protection on him and health. So I think he would definitely be better. If you're a fan of him, then I think that there's benefit in doing that, but I wouldn't say it's going to be like this unresistible, you have to have it either.
But other than that, man, thank you so much for coming on the video. If you guys did like this video, make sure to let me know. If you guys want CubsFanHan, you gotta tell me, and be sure to subscribe to his channel. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, insert Arnold noises.